Right. So, um, I'm Gilles Marin. I'm the director of the Nei Tsang Institute in Oakland, California. And how I got to do Nei Tsang and live with Nei Tsang, make my life with Nei Tsang basically, is a long story actually. That started when I was still a teenager, early 20s teenager, and I was into martial arts. I was into Aikido, and I was in France then studying and practicing, and I had no idea I was going to get into the field, this kind of field. I was going to travel to Japan. I was on my way to Japan to learn the traditional ways of martial arts, working even with swords, but also I was interested in the healing aspect, traditional healing aspect of Japan, because with my old master, I had already studied a little bit of shiatsu, jinjutsu, practice I would incorporate into his Aikido classes. And I didn't make it to Japan. I stopped in San Francisco. I'm still go. I still didn't make it there. But anyway, to make a long story shorter, uh, Japan came to me. I thought to find the best place to study martial arts without being dependent to only one master, but going through all around, the Bay Area. In San Francisco, there was the best place with the high level Aikido practitioners and instructors. So I had a very good time in my early 20s, dojo hopping. But I was kind of missing, the healing aspects that I was used to with my old master, Andre Noke's way of teaching. Um, so I looked for shiatsu classes at the beginning. And then I realized whatever I learned with the old master was extremely advanced. It was not taught at all. And actually people were asking me to show them what I learned and start to ask me for treatments. And that's how I start to progressively get into the treatments. And then I realized that I had a little more pain and aches than most of other black belts with whom I was training. You get thrown around and get punched and everything, so you always get some pain. But I realized that my body needed attention, and that's when I realized that I want to see some specialists. And yes, I had some problems. So I moved to Tai Chi and started to get involved with Qigong, and a lot of luck, I bumped into a Taoist doctor, Dr. Stephen Chang, who was practicing still at the time, and I started to study the base of the theory behind the techniques I was learning already. And I learned the base of classical Chinese medicine, Taoist perspective, and with the I Ching and with the Feng Shui and all the different, the herbs, so many things. And after 2 or 3 years of study, another big luck right at the end of my study. I remember it was the last class. I went downstairs where my motorcycle was parked, and right on the telephone pole where I chained my motorcycle was a flyer for Master Chia's workshop he was presenting. And another Taoist, so it's interesting. Maybe I gotta investigate. And I went, and right away I was connected because the way Master Chias carries this way of talking and even cracking jokes, things like that, to high spirit, I felt very connected. And to me, he looked like a younger version of Dr. Chang. So I was captivated right away. And I started to study with him, not that time, but a year later in New York. I went there and started with, actually was lucky, I started with a fusion and immediately got, hooked. I started to I discovered like a new level of practice with Master Chia. And